In this tutorial, I will show you how you can turn your Shopify visitors into customers on autopilot. Imagine somebody lands on your Shopify store, gets 10% discounts, get the right emails at the right time, and ends up buying on your website, all without you doing anything. In this tutorial, I will show you exactly how to do that. We'll connect your Shopify store with Omnisend, build your email list by creating high-converting opt-in forms, and with Omnisend, I will show you how to send the right emails to the right people at the right time so you can increase the revenue of your e-commerce website. So if you want to increase the revenue of your Shopify store, let's get started. So in order to get started with Omnisend, I go to ferdy.com/Omnisend, hit enter. You'll be redirected to the Omnisend landing page. You can click here on Start Free or you click over here. I go for this one. Then we can sign up over here with Shopify, Google or email. And even though I use Shopify, I still choose sign up with email. So I click over here and I go for my business email. Then I create a password. My business is e-commerce. I agree with the terms of use and sign me up for Omnisend's marketing newsletter about product updates and the best e-commerce practices. You don't have to do that. I prefer to do that. I click on sign up. It says you've got mail. So I go to my email account and then I click on verify email address. Now I need to fill in some information. So I fill in my first name, last name, the name of my store, Novaro, style, the website, and then the platform I use. I use Shopify over here, the first one. Which email marketing automation software are you currently using? Well, I use nothing. So I say none, and then I click on continue. I need to fill in more information, my business address. My time zone is Amsterdam. And then I click on continue to Omnisend. Awesome. The next thing we'll do is connect our Omnisend account with our Shopify account. In order to connect Shopify and Omnisend, I click over here, connect to Shopify. I click on install over here. Then I need to log in. So let me do that. And then over here, I click on install. Then I click over here on enable in theme editor. So now this is turned on. I save it. Then I go back. And now it says tracking enabled successfully. I click on continue. And now we need to match the style of our emails with the style of our website. So I click on select file, upload from my computer. I select my logo. If you want to follow along with the same images I use in my tutorial, then go to ferdycorp.com/images, hit enter. And there they go. You can unzip them and then use them. Then I go to ferdy.com resources, folder 6. And I go for my dark logo, open, upload, select. And then over here, I use dark colors. The headings, let me see if they have Inter. They have it. That's the font I use on my website. And for everything else, I also use Inter. There you go. And if you have social links, you can add them over here. So let's say Instagram, HPS, instagram.com/Novaro style. And then they will appear over here. I prefer not to use those, so I close them and I click on Save Brand Assets. What's the best way to move forward? Well, I like to explore on my own because in this tutorial, I will show you step by step what you need to do. So now we have linked Omnisend with our Shopify store. Now we want to build our email list. How can we do that? Through forms. So let me show you how to create your first form so people can subscribe to your email list. In order to create your first sign up form, we can click over here. If you don't see this, we can go to Forms and then preview and launch a form. There we go. We can adjust the information, triple click. I can make it smaller. So let's say 28. Right now, people need to fill in their email address. I want people to fill in their first name to make it more personal. So I can drag an input over here. Now it says enter your first name and I uncheck add label. Now it looks like this. And then click over here to get 10% off. If you want to change the style over here, click on button settings, primary button, and you can change it if you want to. Change the colors. That's how easy it is. So really simple, get 10% off of your first order and be the first to hear about new product drops. First name, email, get 10% off. Then if they fill this in, they go to a second step. If you want to, you can ask for people's phone numbers. I don't need that, so I can just click over here, delete. So now if they fill this in, they go to the success pop-up. Thanks for signing up. Awesome. And if they are already subscribed, they get this message. I want to bring it to the center and also make it capitals. You are already subscribed. Let me bring it to the center. Change this to 28 again and make it bold. Command A, bold. Okay, then I go back to the form. And before I publish it, I click over here on edit. And I call this one the homepage opt-in 10% off. Update, save and close. Now I see the form over here. I can click on it again, enable the form. Our form is live and is collecting subscribers. If we want to, we can upgrade and get 30% off, or we can stay on the free plan. Right now I stay on the free plan. I click on continue. So now, ladies and gentlemen, if I go to the website, so let me go back over here. I go to themes and then I view the store. Look at this. At once, I get this. Get 10% off your first order. Fill in your first name, your email, get 10% off. Super powerful. There's more we can do. If I click over here, we can schedule this. So we say it starts from a certain date and it ends on a certain date and a certain time. We can decide when it should be displayed. So only when people are, for instance, for 3 seconds on the page, then it will appear. So not directly, but after 3 seconds. Or when people scroll for 20%, or when they want to exit the page. So when one of these 3 things happen, this pop-up will appear. Show on all devices. When people closes or have any interaction over here, after how many days should it appear again? I can say after 1 day or after 3 hours. And then I can update the live form. And I see I have one view. That was me over here when I entered the website. So now when people go to my website, they can opt in. By the way, I see those edges over here, those roundings. So what I can also do, I can click over here. We talked about these settings. There are also theme settings. So the form layout, I can change it to a flyout, a landing page, an embedded page. I can create a background image. So if I make something like this, I can upload an image over here, select the file. And on my desktop, I have some fashion images. I got them from iStock. So if I use this one, open, it looks like that. I can update the form, then click on it again, go to the theme settings, form styles, and what I like, those edges over here. So the corners, I like to make them like this. Let me see. That's a bit too much. How about this one? I can also change the overlay color. So if I would change it to something like this, that will be displayed on the background. I bring it back to the one we had before. Update live form. So now if I open the website in an incognito window, after 3 seconds, it will appear like that. Or when I scroll for 20%, or when I want to exit the page. Now I'm really excited to talk about the power of automations. People sign up to your email list, but what should happen now? Well, we can automate everything. Let me show you what I mean. What should happen when people sign up? Let me show you. Then we go to Omnisend. We created a form. Now we need to go to automations, because after people sign up, what should happen? Well, let me explore some templates over here. And there are some pre-made workflows. So what I like to do, go for all workflows and search for welcome. What will happen? 3 emails will be sent over the next few days. So I click on welcome. And now I added this workflow. And the first thing that needs to happen is that people need to be assigned to this workflow. How should it happen? Well, first I click on edit and I say home page opt-in 10% off. So I know which workflow it is. And when should this be triggered? When should people be added to this list? Well, it says right now when people subscribe through email, through a sign up form, and when they subscribe for the first time. So I can narrow this down to email, subscription method is sign up form. I can even add another filter saying that the form should be this one. So only when people fill in this form, then they will be added to this workflow. So let me click on Start Workflow. So what happens now? People fill in the form on the homepage, and when they do so, here at Automation, they will land over here, and then they have to wait for a minute, and after a minute, they get a welcome email. If I want this welcome email to be sent at once, I can click over here, delete this. So as soon as people are added to the form, which is displayed on the homepage, they will get this email. If we want to adjust this email, we click on it. That's how easy it is. Welcome to, and then account name. I can also make this personal, welcome, and then click over here and go for first name. And then I can say insert. So welcome Ferdy. Here's a 10% discount for your first order. And if I want to update things, I click over here. And if I want to publish the changes, always select the top option and click on Publish Changes. I click on it again. Let me go to the first email. I can change the sender name from Ferdy from Navarro Style, so people know it's Ferdy from this company. I can also say from navarrostyle.com. Update. Click on it again. And here we can adjust this information. Edit the content. Yes, save it. Publish the changes. Welcome aboard. We're stoked to see you. Here's the 10% off. Here's the code. And if I want to make this more personal, I can get rid of this whole area. And I can go to Elements. I scroll down. I go for discount. And now it's a more personal discount. The discount is 10%. You can change it over here on all orders. You can also make it 10 euros if you want to, fixed amount, or $10. You can go to expiry and say it's not for 14 days, but for the next 7 days. So after 7 days, this will expire. You can change the button style, and then go for the roundings again, like this. Let's go back. Click over here. Change the color, change the padding if you want to. I click on Finish Editing. Now if I want to adjust things again, I need to go back to that email. And then here I can edit the content again. I would like to make this personal, so I say welcome aboard, and then over here I go first name, insert, welcome aboard, Ferdy. We're stoked to see you. Here's the discount, and when they click on it, they go directly to the shop. What happens? After 1 day, they get another email. After 4 more days, they get another email. And the great thing is, if you click over here, when will they leave this workflow? When they buy something. So as soon as they make use of the discount, they will not get more emails about the discount. So they only keep on receiving emails to customers until they buy something on the website. So that's what you see over here. If you click over here, there's an exit condition when they place an order. Super powerful. Now let's walk through the whole process so we can see how people can get their discount and how they can apply it and what will happen then when they do so. So let's see how that works in real life. I open the website in an incognito window. I scroll for 20%. There it is. Get 10% off. So my name is Walter White. My email is this one. I go for the 10% off. Thanks for signing up. As a thank you, you'll find a 10% discount in your inbox. That's how easy it is. So now I need to go to my email account. And there it is, Ferdy from Navarro. Welcome, Walter White. Welcome aboard, Walter White. We're stoked to see you. So here's the code. Let me copy it. Redeem discount. I go to the website. If I decide to go for this jacket, and I add it to the cart, and I go to the cart, and I click on checkout. Now it's $99, but if I apply this discount, apply. You see the discount is applied. So let me buy this. Let me fill in all the details over here. Free shipping. Let's say cash on delivery. And I click on complete order. Now when I go to Omnisend, to the dashboard and the overview, look at this. Today I sold something for 67 euros, but thanks to the automation from Omnisend, I sold something for 89 euro and 10 cents, which is what this person bought thanks to email marketing. So he got the 10% off. That's why he decided to go for it. And now, thanks to Omnisend, this dark green area, I made money. And when they buy something, they will be taken off this list, but they're still on our email list. And there's so much more we can do. But before we go further, really important, over here, I talked about this discount. But if I go to the second email, I don't have that anymore. So let me edit the content, get rid of this area, and then I go to add element and I drag the same discount over here. But there's something really important we need to do. I click on finish editing. I go to the first email, edit content, click over here. What we need to do, reuse this unique discount code in this workflow. Continue. So when people don't make use of this discount yet, but they receive the second email, it's still the same discount coupon. Otherwise, there will be created so many different discount coupons. So definitely check that on. So now we have an automation. People that go to my website, they can get 10% discount. Then over here, they can make use of the discount. When they do that, they will be taken off this workflow, this automation. But here at my audience, with contacts, they stay on my list. And then through segmentation, we can keep sending them contact based on their behavior on my website or based on their behavior around the emails they receive from me. So let's take a look one more time at automation, because there's so much more we can do. Right now, we made sure that people would be subscribed to this automation, to this workflow. Then they get their first email, wait for a day, get their second email, wait for 4 days, get the third email. But there's more we can do. We also can send them text messages if we get their phone number. We can send push notifications that will be seen in my browser. So it doesn't matter where people are surfing on the internet. They can see a message pop up over here about a discount or this message over here if I create a push notification. We can do split testing. So if I would drag this over here and I drag this one here at the left, I duplicate it. I drag this one at the right. So you can say people that open this email, they will get this email. People that did not open this email, they will get this email. And then over here, you can say, we make it even 15%. So people that are active, they get 10%. And people that are like, hey, I don't want to open this email anymore, they get another email with 15%. So in that way, you can motivate them to be active on our website and buy things. And what else can I do? Super powerful A/B split testing. So one email goes to A, the other email goes to B. I can change the content. So over here, I can have a different subject line or a different pre-header or a different content. And then I can see which one is performing better. So how much percent is opened over here? How much percent is opened over here? How many people clicked on links in the email over here and over here? And the one that's performing better, I can select that as the winner. And then I can do another A/B test. So I can keep on optimizing my whole workflow. So that's what you can do with automations. Another very powerful aspect of Omnisend is segments. You can place subscribers in a certain group based on their behavior. That's called a segment, and a segment can be linked with an automation. So let's talk about segments. We've created one automation so far. If I click on create workflow, look at this. You can send 1 or even 3 emails when people abandon their cart. So they're over here at the checkout. They close the website. Now I can say over here that people should receive an email like, hey, there's something in your cart. If they don't respond, I can say, hey, you get 10% discount. If they don't respond, I can say, hey, for the last time, 15% discount. So there are a lot of ways to motivate people to buy things from your website. What else can we do? Over here, customer reactivation. So if I click over here, I have this workflow now. And over here it says, haven't heard from you lately. Is everything all right? Over here, you can place some discount again. For instance, 20% for the next 24 hours. So if I would do that and I click on save and close, it's now in draft. So let's click over here again, start the workflow. What I can do now, I can go to audience segments. And this is so powerful. I can create a new segment. And segments is actually how people behave using your email list. So do they open emails from you? Do they click on links in emails from you? Do they buy things on your website? So if I would create a new segment from scratch, there's so much you can do. You can say, add people to this segment when they are subscribed, or when they have a certain tag, or when it's their birthday, or only all men, people that have spent more than $1,000. So if I would grab this one, people that have spent more than $1,000, save it. I call this one $1,000 shoppers. So as soon as people spend $1,000 on my website, they will be added to this segment. And then here at automation, I can say everybody that is in this segment receives an email. Hey, we're so thankful for you. We give you free shipping for the next order and 20% discount. What else? Audience segments. Create a new segment. So let's say disengaged email subscribers. So now it says people that have not opened a message at least one time in the last 2 years, or they have not clicked on at least on one message in the last 24 months, so last 2 years. So they have not opened any email, or they have not clicked on any link in the email. I can link this segment to an automation that says, hey, we see that you're not that active. Let me give you a welcome back discount. And this can all be automated. You can also send campaigns to your whole email list. That's sending an email to your complete email list or to a certain group of people, also called a segment. I myself also use Omnisend. As you see, these are my email campaigns. That's an email sent to my whole email list. Here I see how many people open it, how many people click on the links in the content of my emails. If I want to create a new campaign, I click over here. I can send an email A/B test, text message, or a push notification. I go for an email. I can say new Omnisend tutorial. I can even ask AI to make the title better. Rephrase like that. Sender's name, email address, the pre-header, that's what people from Gmail will see. Increase your sales with email marketing. I can give it a name for my own purpose. Omnisend Shopify tutorial 2026. The language, I can connect it to Facebook. I can choose an email template. I have created my own template. You can create something like this. There's so many styles. Look at that. I create my own, really simplistic, save templates. I scroll down and I say, use this template. Then I place my content. I make that with the help of AI. Then I add my video. And then I say, cheers. Ferdy. I click on save and choose recipients. Now I can choose certain segments if I want to, or send it to everybody. I can send a test email to myself. I can review the campaign. And if I click over here and I click on send now, this email will be sent to my whole email list. And then there's the campaign booster, super powerful. After 1 day, I can send another email to all the people that did not open my email, change the title, completely change it. This is the best sale optimizer ever. So with a different title, there's a chance they still open this email. I can decide when it should be sent, after how many hours. I could also say after 12 hours. How about 24? And I can send it. So that is what you can do with Omnisend. I want to thank you for watching this video. I hope it was helpful. This can really help you to increase your sales. So good luck with that. And I wish you the best of luck with your business. God bless you and see you next time. Bye-bye.